what's up?
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to episode number 146?
Six, yeah.
Hey everybody, it's me, DB. I'm just here doing a podcast right now. Okay, bye.
I'm just on the pod right now.
Apparently that guy's a Nazi.
Basically,
Yeah, he's a chud.
Someone was telling me that guy was at January 6th.
Who, DB?
He's just waiting for his bus.
He's always there January 6th. He's there 3 weeks early to get ready for his food truck at March for Life, the anti-abortion march. He sells Christian snacks and shit.
He's been at every January 6th since he was born.
DB's job is blowing up those pictures of the abortions to put on the vans. Slicking them on there.
Those vans are nasty. I mean, it is a good prank to gross people out. I like that Christians do pranks like that.
It'd be way funnier to put Jason meals on those and drive them around the same week and be like, look at this shit. This is not an abortion. This is just fucking disgusting. There's a guy named Jason. He lives in Brooklyn. Or the Bronx,
We don't even know what animal this is.
Jason would fucking die in Brooklyn.
He would thrive. He'd eat one of those cut-off goat heads they keep finding around there. That's because
It's amazing. It is.
He would.
You do have to give him credit for using every part of the buffalo. He uses parts of the animals that I didn't know the animals even had.
Yeah, he eats real buffalo dip. It's just like the liquid from inside of one of the parts of a buffalo.
Apparently, goats have wings.
he's eating like hoof meat.
Jason making goat wings. He gives you this meat, and it's like it looks like it's red meat, but you spread it out, and it's like a chicken wing with like webbed skin.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's like boneless wings. It doesn't have to be from the animal. It can be anything. Boneless beef wings.
What'd you say this was? Man, the other night I was smoking, walking home, and I saw this fucking gargoyle just staring at me, man. I threw a brick at it, knocked it out.
Gargoyle would taste pretty good. I wonder if it would be more like a monkey or a bird.
Probably a combination of both.
If it tasted like a bird, that would be awesome. I would absolutely eat a gargoyle.
I
If
would
it
eat one
came to
anyway.
life, you have to eat it when it comes to life, though, because if you eat it in the stone part, you break your teeth. And I found that out the hard way.
You remember Stone Soup?
Oh, yeah, Jack Scalfani was very confused about it.
Yeah,
He did
I forgot
a
about
stone
that.
soup recipe, and I had to give myself a refresher on what it was, because he seemed to think that the actual stone was part of the recipe.
He's a
Like it
fucking
changes
moron.
the taste of the water or something, and what it actually was like, it's some sort of fable about community where you put a stone in the big pot, and then someone else adds something, but like adding the first thing gets it started, no matter even if it's a small thing.
Right.
But he couldn't figure it out.
The first stone had nothing to do with it. It was like holding the pot down, basically.
Yeah, it's like symbolic.
And he was like,
It's
well,
a story meant for children.
where did this go in? It'd be really funny, actually, though, to do a cooking recipe, like a video like Jack, but do like, today we're going to be cooking the feast from Peter Pan, and you're just cooking imaginary shit for 20 minutes and talking about it. That'd actually probably go viral if anyone wants to steal that. You just cook invisible
Cooking
food.
fairies?
Yeah, you take it out at the end, it's all invisible, and so they're like, feeding it to like your family members, and they come in and test it, and there's just
That's
nothing
next,
there.
bro. That's next on the list of dumb shit to go viral.
I'm calling it now. Anyone wants that? It's probably an easy 3 million views. You know what? You could upload just parts of it and then change the girl every like 3 times, and then upload the full one later, and then that might work.
Does anyone cook Miyazaki food? Because that's an easy way to get retweets. You just post a picture of food from Spirited Away and say, man, I bet this tastes good. And it's like well drawn, but it's just a picture of eggs. Damn, this looks good as fuck. Looks about as good as what it's representing, I guess.
I feel like anybody that does those like aesthetic food type accounts, once you dig deep into them, you realize they're like spraying shoe polish and stuff on their food, like furniture polish, make it shine for the pictures and stuff.
Yeah, it's blackface.
What I'm getting at is JCam is right to get like 7-Eleven food and shit, because it all looks like that eventually anyway. It looks like poop because that's what it becomes.
He's the type of guy that gets mad that it doesn't look like the thing on the flyer, the thing on the screen.
True.
Like, hey, wait a
Literally.
minute.
Literally.
Like they think they're breaking a case open by saying, wait, the hamburger at McDonald's, it doesn't look like that. It kind of looks like someone sat on it.
It's so funny to act that way too. Yeah, like you look at a Big Mac on the picture of what a Big Mac's supposed to look like. You're like, hold on.
It looks like it was made by a 14-year-old instead of a professional chef. It's weird.
If there's ever lettuce in something at McDonald's, have you ever seen it with iceberg lettuce in the pictures? No. It's always some fucking green shit. Really green shit.
Yeah, I don't think there's a name for that type of lettuce. It's
What
just
about the
lettuce.
Big Mac.
Maybe a McChicken. Yeah, Big Mac's got to be a little more honest. Maybe it's like iconic.
Yeah, that's shredded iceberg, but it's very green shredded iceberg.
Yeah, see, they leave it out in the air. They
Yeah,
let it
there's-
green
It's
up.
the same kind of lettuce Subway has.
We've watched videos on like Sunday streams of that before, of them polishing. That's somebody's job. They go to school for that. People, special effects people become food porn people, basically. They work for Taco Bell and shit. Imagine making a Taco Bell dish for the commercial. That would be so hard. That's actual
It's like how
art.
Rob Fee is like the WWE creative director.
Man, I can't believe I see him randomly on like LA Twitch streamer streams as like someone's producer.
Yeah, I've seen his name multiple times come up with the Bray Wyatt thing. It's so weird to see. Like, there's a statement from Rob Fee, and he was like a weird Twitter guy from 2013. I don't even remember anything about him. I just remember he has a very funny name.
Yeah, Rob Fee sounds like the name of a tax man from a Dr. Seuss book or something. Rob Fee, you owe me.
Yeah,
I'll pass.
he's like the toll man under a bridge.
Yeah, he can't
It's
go
me,
by here.
Rob Fee. I need 2 gold
I'm
tokens.
gonna rob you of the fee, or else I'll talk with you in my voice that doesn't fit me.
Hey,
Now,
it's
was-
me, Derek Millen. I'm under a bridge.
Was he like a weird Twitter guy that moved to LA because he had like a couple of tweets?
He was
get
a guy who
4,000
loved-
faves, or was he like
Yeah.
already in LA and then jumped into like doing weird tweets, like a Rob Delaney type figure?
More of the latter, but I don't even know what he was doing at the time, but he was like a loved weird Twitter, and since he was verified, became weird Twitter. Back then, blue check marks that cared about weird Twitter was so much more rare. And
He was like the guy that home halfway would have been like, yes, I got the Rob Fee follow.
DB was always trying to get the blue check mark, but he never got it.
Yeah, they wouldn't verify me.
Yeah, Neil Tyson.
How many
blocked
times
it.
did you apply? Like 8 or 9?
Like, I think they eventually just blocked my email, I guess, because I got the bounce back. But
Yeah, I got banned for asking too much.
DB was shadow banned for a long time for retweeting really fat guys' penises. Like shadow banned to the point where like you have to type in dog boner, then click the little grayed out like at dog boner in the search bar to get to him. No way to find
Yeah,
him.
it used to be like it would show up, but it would say like it would like hide all of your media and stuff as like sensitive, even though if you uncheck it and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like when you make a brand new account. I would know what that looks like though. Never made one. Been on the same.
I'm still on the same one.
Yep.
Made it on my high school IP address. You can check the IP that
Creepy,
you registered
dude.
your account with. Yeah, dude.
That's creepy. You went on Twitter at
I was
someone's high
barely
school?
legal.
Yeah, my original sign up day was April 9th, 2009. I remember.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was an 09er, just like a Deeb here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo, what's your reg date?
Didn't have a lot going on back then.
I actually
I was mostly busy with high school.
that was when I was the busiest, but also like the most not tired of my life, like age 20. So I got it all done. That was when you could stay
I don't
up
think I've
till-
ever been not tired in my life.
That was when you could stay up till like 3 a.m. and get up at 7 for your job and just have like a normal day.
I was thinking about that this week.
Yeah, you're immune
Like,
to stuff.
at what age did you figure like, wait a minute, I can't just sleep 4 hours before work anymore? It's too fucked up.
4 years into rheumatoid arthritis.
18.
Once I probably would have been okay if I didn't get sick, but rheumatoid arthritis is so draining. Like you guys know, if I don't go to sleep after like 20 hours of being awake, my joints will just start to lock up involuntarily, even if my mind's awake. My body just like, go to sleep, bro. All your
That's cool.
It's too long to be awake.
It's a great excuse, I guess.
It's like the breathalyzers on cars for alcoholics or
Yeah, I
whatever.
always had one.
It's like
I used to have to
it's-
blow- my dad had one. I had to blow into it. I'd have to start my dad's car before going to work. He'd call me out there.
I had a roommate who had one on his car, and I had to start it for him.
Jesse. saying you were Jesse's roommate so funny. You just lived with his family.
Uncle DB.
It was like,
Uncle Mike.
8 of us. 8 of us in this house. It was me, his kids, his wife, his dogs.
Oh my god. A couple of his reply guys passing through town.
There should be a breathalyzer for the computer.
Absolutely.
For Twitch chat specifically. For certain people, you should be able to click something on their profile and it says enable breathalyzer. Like you can require someone to have a phone number
It should
or
just
an
be
email in your chat.
It should just be a setting where they can't DM and only mods can see their posts. Like that's
Yeah, like how it says like
monitored.
user is monitored for suspicious activity.
Suspicious user monitoring on Twitch is one of the funniest things ever because people don't know what's going on. But what it does is only let mods and the streamers see their chats, but they can talk normally. Like to them, it looks like it's just in the chat. It's so funny.
Or no, suspicious. You can still only the mods see like the scarlet letter over their name.
Yeah, it's like an orange.
And then restricted, it says your message has been auto modded every time.
Yeah, it says it conflicts.
Restricted, they find out right
with this
away.
channel's moderation settings.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I know all about it.
I got banned from my first Twitch chat in 10 years ever. A month ago, actually, August 13th.
Which slur?
I was in my boy Gladiator 8 times. Lord NMP Law, one of my favorite guys. I was in his stream, as I do on many mornings. He's like a morning streamer, big guy. He's also from my area. He's originally a Michigan guy. Love him. But he has Andy Milanakis as one of his mods. Andy showed up one morning and was just like saying, hey, in
the
chat.
fucking man show boy.
Yeah, he said hello in chat for the first time in like a year or something. And all these people are like, what's up, NFT fat dumbass? Blah. And I joined in. I was like, damn, Nick probably hates when he forgets that you're a mod and you come in here and ruin the vibe. And I got banned for that. Andy Milanakis was not happy with me. So, no problem. Some of Nick's content is something he calls Ban Council, where they have a stream where they bring other streamers in and they have their mods go through like all the ban appeals and they go through them on camera, and it's pretty good content. So hopefully I'm on that because I still shit on Andy while praising Nick, and he's definitely going to read it. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Andy Milanakis is 57.
Are you fucking serious?
He looks
Yeah,
young.
he's 57.
No, isn't he really like 45 though?
He's way older than you would think. He's too old to be on Twitch for sure. Let me check.
Yeah, 30?
47.
47. Yeah, get off Twitch, brother. You were born in 1976.
Yeah, so I was right.
Get off of
46,
there.
47. I really just had it in the back of my head when I learned about his real age like 10 years ago. And then it aged, I guess.
He looks so good. He looks like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Looks like a young guy. Whatever he's doing, keep it up.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, what's your regimen?
Speaking of slurs on Twitch, what's this for a segue? We had a good one the other night. We were watching the unibrow guy and like his dad that wears like the hat that is like the totally real black hair.
What's the caveman
And-
comic of the two cavemen? It's those guys.
Mike Parallac is the channel's name, and
Not real.
his dad was like going on like this really long rant, and it was an interesting one because it was in his kitchen, so you got to see his kitchen setup, which was really fucked up. There was like
Exposed wiring and stuff.
yeah, there was like an open like outlet box with like a light bulb just like hanging out of it, wired in, like it just the like actual fixture wasn't screwed back in, and so it was just like dangling on the side of the wall. Very weird.
I said it was the precursor to that video of the kid holding the Mountain Dew and trying to get out the window and the house is on fire. It's like the day before that when they're in the kitchen just dicking around.
And he was telling this story about how he got like a custom t-shirt made, and this lady like really liked it, and it was like an anti-BLM t-shirt.
I'll say.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so on the front it says White Lives Matter, and then on the back it says Black, stop complaining, you already have everything you fought for.
Damn.
And he was trying to tell a story about how he wanted it to say something different, but the lady was like, you might get beat up and you should change it to this instead. And then just out of nowhere he drops the hard R N word. And it's the second that Eat Chain raids us. It's like Eat Chain raid, and then he says it.
Yo.
Like it couldn't have been worse timing.
Thank God we have a huge crossover of viewers with him.
Yeah.
I think we should change our raid sound to a big beep. So that way it should be like a minute-long beep just to protect against that in case there's slurs on the stream.
That
Should
would
be deafeningly
You know,
loud.
it'd be a funny way to beep it. Do like a caption from like the Joshua Jerry I won't do a fruit tier list, and just bleep a bunch of his words from that. Like, if any of you beep keep asking about the beep tier list,
Oh, he's getting there. He keeps
DB
posting more
will
videos about
appreciate
loving
that.
Trump.
DB will appreciate that bit actually though. That kid Joshua Jerry that we watch on our stream sometimes, who's like the 25-year-old who works 6 hours a week at like a hardware store in maximum North New York State, or is he Vermont? No, he's New York State.
Yeah, right
He's
on
like
the border.
right on the border, right up there. And Joshua Jerry Planet, and he has his comments off on all of his videos because he doesn't want to be like accosted. Right now he has a giant abscessed tooth, but he keeps reviewing SodaStream despite it.
Yeah, he mainly does candy reviews and soda reviews.
And he'll be like, my face
Wow.
is swollen right now. If anyone comments, you'll get banned or whatever. Like he just
Yeah,
takes
I'm looking at
comments
it
off.
now. It's very small.
And
Yeah, it's not great.
he's where was I going with that? Because now I'm thinking about his face
The
and how
fruit
much
tier
it fucks
list.
me up. Oh yeah, that's like people keep trolling him by telling him to make. Because people leave him comments in the videos where he leaves the comments open. People tell him to make a fruit tier list, knowing he doesn't know any. It's really funny. It's really aggro to him. It's like someone
Yeah, he
asking.
got really mad for some
It's like someone
reason.
asking me to like list my top 20 favorite animes. I'd be like, I don't watch them. Nothing against them. I just don't know. Like that's how. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yeah, you wouldn't get mad, but fruit is so easy to do. It's like free. It's the easiest content you could possibly do. Apple, banana. It's like kindergarten homework, and you're like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that."
There's that WoW streamer Asmongold, and he's a millionaire. He's been a millionaire for years now, and his fruit tier list, because he did one unironically, and I believe he only had oranges and pears and anything on the other one, like the list at all, and at the very bottom was the haven't tried it, and it was everything else. We're talking like bananas, strawberries, raspberries.
That's crazy.
He tried to say he said raspberries because he loves blue raspberry. And then he found out that day that blue raspberry was a flavor and not a real fruit. And he was so mind blown. It's so
Well, they got to
funny.
make him. Why haven't they made him?
Some people go to that guy for opinions. Also, I'm gonna post this in the little the call chat. I found a guy on Facebook that looks like Asmongold if he was like never on the internet. Which is kind of the same, but isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
Wow.
West
Wow.
Coast Choppers hat.
Look at this.
Oh boy.
Look at that fucking dude. He looks like Boy Midwest.
He looks unhealthy. He looks like
He's
he's
a-
been donating too much blood.
Yeah, a little-
Boy Erie Coast.
Little rat man.
Donating too much blood. He had a bed bugs.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have leeches in my yard.
calling yourself a blood donor because you have bed bugs.
Well, they need the blood too.
They're taking it somewhere, I'm sure.
I donate food to ants by leaving it on the floor. Ants would fucking starve, dude.
Trying to write off food on like your taxes because you give it to ants. I give it to my
It's
aunt.
charitable
I give it
donation.
to my aunt. Actually, all my aunts.
Ants are even more lowly and pathetic than poor people. Why aren't they charity cases? They don't even have houses. They have a hole.
I think it's worried about the ants.
It's like Arthur Chu arguing with his wife.
Ugh. He had him crawling out of his sleeves, though. That's crazy. Have him in your shirt.
That was... I would like to hear more from him, I think. I think he should come back and maybe do like a sobering retrospective on it.
Dude, he
On
should
how
have been. He should have been Ian Miles Chong.
Yeah, he could. I think that's
Where'd
where
he
he would have
go?
ended up, honestly, because
Did he
he like
die?
He's hosting
People-
Jeopardy now.
No, I think he just works for an insurance company or something. I think he's not really online anymore, but he
They need
was
to return my ant insurance.
ant insurance, yeah,
He
termite
just-
insurance,
He just goes to the houses that are affected and lays down, and all the ants crawl on him, and he goes back to his car.
slurping him up like an anteater. But he got so into that, the Gamergate thing, he was going to be the next big writer, writing about how Gamergate guys are sexist, and then the left kind of got mad at him because he was annoying and he was like a Hillary man. So everyone kind of got mad at him, and then he had that documentary, which was one of the worst decisions ever. For him to have that documentary commissioned where a cameraman was in his house with him and his wife, and
That's
he was like
amazing.
laying
No,
on the
I
couch
didn't
all
see
day
that.
arguing on Twitter, and she would be like at work and cleaning the house, and she had a disability, and like it made him look horrible, and then he kind of just had to disappear after that. But he's doing fine. He's like, he went to college. He's smart. He's just very unpleasant.
People like Arthur Chu and Yashar Ali should do like die-ins as protests at different places where they just lay down for long periods of time.
It was so funny that Yashar Ali got into Kathy Griffin's house and she couldn't get him out.
Wait, what's this?
Doesn't Yashar Ali owe one of the Gerber heirs, like hundreds of thousands of dollars right now?
Oh yeah.
A baby?
Yeah, the baby. It's still a baby. The baby walks through with his hands behind his back with his fist clutched, going, "You better have my money, Yashar."
God, what? Adrienne Getty.
Oh, it's the Getty Images
her?
person, not the
Getty.
Gerber. I know it was a G name.
Getty,
So,
yeah.
So the baby from Getty Images. Yeah, her family owns Getty Images. They own every picture, guys.
I thought there was something about Kathy Griffin.
There was at some point. I think
There was.
Oh, yeah, it was
Like,
Kathy.
he
He
like stayed in her.
he stayed on her couch.
Yeah.
The person I'm mentioning is one of several people he owes $1,000 to. She's just the most significant amount, and like kind of public with it, I think.
He's been evicted from multiple residences, defaulted on several loans, and has racked up tens of thousands of dollars in tax liens. He preferred to live in the homes of generous friends rather than have a fixed address, but sometimes he overstays his welcome. One of those friends was comedian Kathy Griffin, whom Ali befriended over social media in 2017. Ali reportedly became Griffin's unofficial publicist and agreed to work with her in exchange for housing and use of a car. He lived in her 13,000 square foot Bel Air mansion for 9 months before he was asked to leave.
Holy fuck.
Wow. Griffin was thought to be uncomfortable and maybe even afraid of her house guest. That's so funny.
God.
Good for him.
I guarantee it's afraid, like in the sense where he threatened to kill himself.
Probably,
Not
yeah.
like in a actually scared for her life. She cut off Donald Trump's head. What does she care? She scared Barron with that picture. What a bitch. Fucking cunt.
Yeah, that was so funny. Like the idea that Barron, who was 7 at the time, was going to be watching CNN.
Oh!
He's just watching the
Wait.
news all day, and they put that on. He was like, "Oh, my dad actually died."
He's anything like his dad. It's so funny how long Trump's is actually like the news. Watching his interviews from like the 80s where he's like talking shit on his interviewer for like an interview they did with someone else. Like, how much TV do you watch, bro? You've been rich for so long and all you do is sit there in front of the TV being like, isn't it wonderful? So cool.
Yeah, he was sort of the original scrolling Twitter all day guy. That's why he took to Twitter so well, because he loves to just watch the news and shoot out stupid opinions about it all day and be bitchy, which is fun to do. But that's how he took the presidency. That was through that, but then he also spent the entire presidency tweeting and watching the news, and nothing got done.
Robert
well.
Pattinson should leave that bitch.
I hate her. You know what she does now, right?
What?
Les is out.
Oh.
Really?
Oh.
Kristen Stewart, yeah, she lesed out.
Oh, great.
I knew it.
Back when Twilight
I
was,
knew it.
Back when Twilight was coming out, I got one of the best compliments of my life that stuck with me forever. And by best, I mean like funniest, but there was a girl at this volleyball league we play with that said I look like a fatter Jacob from Twilight. And I was like, thank you. That's really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would have to be pretty fat to not be a compliment.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
he's
was
a good-looking
really
guy.
lean. I was only about 7% body fat, but
That
back
guy plus
then-
50 pounds would
but
still
he was
be
about
pretty
4.
hot.
She meant technically fatter. She squeezed my love handles with like tools.
The calipers. There was a conspiracy theory on the 4chan fitness boards back when like Twilight was in vogue, that the like shirtless poster picture of Jacob was like a Photoshop of a different model, and there was like this side by side that I probably even have it saved on a hard drive somewhere, because like I was a fucking idiot, like 17-year-old or whatever. I was like, yeah, this guy is faking. That's someone else's ripped abs. And yeah, it's like a fitness model and Jacob next to each other, and it's the exact same pose, very similar looking abs.
It's probably
Could be.
true. It was fake. I don't think it was his idea.
Aaron's part of the 2% of people that ever went on the fit board on 4chan that actually worked out in their life. The rest of them would just be like, LOL, 2 plate. Oh, you fucking fat fuck, you loser. And they're sitting there like actually 600 pounds.
Dial.
That there cell tech.
Like, magazine people will airbrush stuff without permission. That's just what they do. Especially back then in the 2000s, it was a lot more common. Before people got all bitchy about it. And Meghan Trainor said, you shouldn't Photoshop me to look better.
I have vivid memories of that era as being like the age of the abundance of Photoshop rising, and also Photoshop being really bad. And case in point was when Kyle XY came out, and I was at Great Lakes Crossing Mall in Auburn Hills, and they had an ad on it, on one of those little kiosk ads at the mall. And the thing from that show was that he had no belly button. And our particular ad was like weird and wrinkled looking, and it looked like his belly was a pussy. And we were fucking
Ew.
dying. We call him Kyle.
I remember.
We call him Kyle KY and said, "Would you fuck him?"
I found an article in the Yale Daily News about this from 2010 about Taylor Lautner's fake abs. Sorry to disappoint you, Lautner fans, but it turns out that Taylor's trademark really hot abs, which they put in capitals, I guess that's a proper noun, belong to another dude, allegedly, who is way hotter in my opinion. In posters for Twilight's New Moon, it seems like Taylor's abs were totally photoshopped from the hotter dude. Sheesh.
Taylor's a scumbag.
What a piece of shit.
Fuck him.
Yeah, this image is for young girls and gay dudes all over the world. The real question is, why is Taylor's ridiculously ripped body made even more ridiculously ripped? Why is this in like the Yale newspaper?
Because it's a movie poster. That's what they do. That's so cool. Yeah, that's actually Yale. The Daily Couture. Well, I guess it's nice that they let the students write about stupid shit like that.
Do you guys remember when Taylor dated Taylor? Swift and Lautner? It was 2009.
Yeah, that was confusing.
No.
2009. Yeah.
It would be good if every Yale student was doing stuff like that instead of becoming evil lawyers or doing skull and bones rituals with Geronimo's skull.
So anyway, there was a story, we might have even talked about it on stream or something. It was somewhat recently, like this year, of Taylor Lautner popping up in something again. And he still looks so handsome for his age. Like, still very fit, looks great. Like, basically looks like the same guy from Twilight. And every story that popped up was about people being cruel about his aging looks. And it's like, okay, Mario Lopez, shut the fuck up. You look so good still. It's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't look 16 anymore. You grew up, you're a man now. Oh,
yeah,
you have a mustache.
Fine.
He looks fucking fine.
He's got the V hairline. It's distinguished. Same thing as Harry Styles. He's a man in his 30s.
He's still super, like, ripped and shit, too. Like, oh, poor me. Oh, I'm in my 30s. Shut up, man. You were in Twilight, dog.
Yeah, he looks his age.
Yeah.
You don't have to dress like a teenager forever.
Yeah, exactly.
But Kristen Stewart, though, she is fucking busted as hell. Jesus Christ.
That's why, you know what? That's why I never became famous for my looks. I didn't want to go down this path. I predicted all that shit. That's why,
a lot
like,
of fucking pressure, man.
Yeah, I could have been like a fucking athlete or a model, like just like him. But I ended up playing WoW, and I still do.
Yeah, I could have played basketball if I wasn't judged for my looks.
If you Google Michael Hudson Crooked Arrows, though, I was in a movie. Anyone listening to, yeah, check it out. I was in a lacrosse movie.
Did you play lacrosse?
Yeah. You see the pictures of me. No, it's actually like a 6'5" native guy.
You look different.
Oh, okay.
You look different,
I
dude.
was looking at the Wikipedia article, like, wait a minute, did this happen like near your school or something?
I used to use his profiles to troll people on Twitter and be like, fuck you, pussy, I'm 6'5", look. And they're like, oh, damn.
Bet you won't come to my house and shoot me.
Yeah, bet you won't fucking try to kill me now. I'm tall as shit, bitch.
I never know, because there's like that thing about Tom's school. What was it again?
Bad Luck Brian. He went to school with him, but that's
Bad
real.
Luck, yeah,
that's real.
Tom
though.
actually went to school with Bad Luck Brian.
True.
And he got in trouble for like, I forget what it was.
He got caught fucking his dog and had to move schools.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he had his mom buy thongs for his crush.
Yeah.
I think he was like, he got too into it, and he got into the attention too much, and then he got in trouble, and he had to back off. But I don't know. There's stuff like that that's true. And like the thing where I saw the guy from Howard Stern on the train and didn't realize it until later.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Bigfoot from Stern, Alex on the train back in like, 10?
2013.
013?
Yeah, I just happened to come across an article about it in our Discord because people have been getting into the Howard Stern lore and stuff. And I realized that, wait a minute, the drunk guy that was on the Amtrak in Vermont, he was coming down because he tried to fight the cops with a sword and survived, unlike some people. And then he was going down to a clinic, and I saw him on the train.
That's crazy.
Didn't say anything to him. I should have had a conversation with him.
That's definitely something I'd remember too, though, like the specific like stop he kept calling out that he needs to go to.
Yeah, he kept saying, whoa, thunder. He kept saying Brattleboro retreat over and over again and asking them to stop. And then I flipped a switch for me.
Someone I know lives in Boston, Alex, tweeted tonight, like ironically, the severe thunderstorm enjoyer has logged on. They were being ironic. They hate, like, their locked account, but it's funny. I liked it. Good stuff.
Yeah, thunderstorms are kind of cool. It depends where you are. It depends how much you lose power. I don't lose power that often.
I normally am I love thunderstorms no matter what, but one, our power going out has been like way more common this year than any other year we lived here. And two, it's been a really shitty year for tornadoes in the Midwest. Illinois, I think, set records this year for tornadoes early. It's been crazy. Ohio's had a ton as well.
Wasn't there one in Louisiana?
Yeah, several. It's been a been a crazy weather season.
Did your shit go out for a long time? You got a UPS backup thing?
No, my shit only goes out for like, I think the longest we've had our power out's like 12 hours max. It's not too bad. I don't even think
the
we've
internet
lost
goes out
any
too,
food.
right?
Yeah.
Your shit goes out all the time here.
That sucks. Yeah, it's not as bad here, and I think the real problem pole finally got like snapped so bad they had to fix it and fucking cut shit down around it, so it's been better. Thanks, guys.
Actually, now that I think about it, Cooking with Jack was complaining about the power going out a lot. And he's also in the Nashville metro area.
To be fair, Cooking with Jack has like every single gadget in the world, and it's all electric.
Every outlet all used up.
Right before we started recording this, Jack uploaded his saddest ever video.
Oh my
where
fucking
he got
God.
that grill that's run by AI somehow, and he sits there while Tammy and Jack Jr. they're building it, and it's like they're carrying his coffin. They're just so morose and expressionless.
I wish his
the
coffin
entire
was an
time.
AI grill. Holy fuck, I would donate to that shit.
Yeah, it smells like a pork roast.
Hey, you gotta trim the fat off. There's nothing left.
Those are with my mom's teriyaki sauce. So these are the short ribs my mom used to make. We're making this for dinner. Good. Well, I just thought I'd share. They like to know these things.
And then the pork is raw, basically. And Tammy yells at him halfway through because he's showing some other food. And she's like, no, that's for a different video. So you can tell that I guess she's trying to help him, but she's getting frustrated. Like she's the one keeping track of this shit. It's so brutal. It's crazy to see. It really is Tim's Kitchen Tips. It's happening in real time. It's shit that you would only see on that, where Eric comes in and he's like, I'm sick of this shit. I've canceled my flight and then I got food poisoning and I got a rash. It's that exact thing happening in real time.
What'd she say during the video to him? When she was
it's like, oh, that's for a different video. Why are you showing that? And he's like, well, because I want to share it with them. I can't share. And I don't know why you would ever keep that in.
I'm saying what he's saying. God damn.
It truly is. It's a groundbreaking thing. He's pushing the limits of what you can do to your family in the name of YouTube without getting arrested. If his kids were younger, he would probably be one of those people that gets arrested for having a kids unboxing YouTube channel or where they do pranks on their kids. They're like doing like Gitmo torture to their kids for YouTube. But his kids were unfortunately too old for that.
What happened to those guys?
What, Guantanamo? Still open.
I think there was Five Finger Family. Wasn't that one of them?
Oh, yeah.
No, something else. Finger Family, YouTube. Child abuse.
You guys thinking about Shaytards? It was the Fine Bros. Just kidding.
We got to do a deep dive
Abusive
on Shaytards.
YouTube family, and it brings up a Wikipedia.
There's just too many of them.
300.
Yeah,
Family
I guess
of
it was an
Five was the one you're
epidemic.
thinking of.
Family of 5. That's the one.
Yeah.
Five Finger Family. Five Finger
Finger
Death
Family.
Family.
5 Finger Death Punch, 5 Finger Discount.
So funny. The Five Finger.
There was kind of
Family.
an epidemic of that stuff. They did crack down on it, but I think a lot of it just migrated to TikTok. A lot of the insane kids content.
Yeah.
And the downside is that a lot of videos are incorrectly marked kids only. So you can't comment, you can't embed, and they won't work and watch together. A lot of people will just, their thumb is too fat and they hit 4 kids, even though it's
Pisses me
not.
off.
And then you can't do anything with it. It's bullcrap.
A lot of people too will see that and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, kids can watch this, sure." They think it means like,
yeah, they don't know what it means.
Can kids see this? Not is this for kids only?
Yeah, they don't make it that clear.
Man,
But there was so much pressure that they had to do something.
the fucking Family of 5 dad, his little
God, dude.
his little fit hat and his sunglasses or his glasses and his goatee. It reminds me so much of Andrew and I used to post on this forum back in the day. Not like the pink board, if you know what I mean. Not that one. We got another one though, and there's a guy that looked just like this guy that was like one of the big admins of the site because he was 12 years older than everybody, and he was also a like a first round Iraq War veteran.
That's
So he had
weird.
like
a little
he had that under him too, being like, "I'm the fucking man."
the rectangle wireframe glasses.
Yeah,
The
dude,
goatee.
perfect too. Look at the black. This so for the listeners, you could look up the Family of Five dad to see what he really looks like. But at this particular
Michael
time,
Martin, same name as Home Halfway, actually.
No.
he has these black barb earrings. Oh, it's Home Halfway. Look at him. Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
he's very
It's
Home
him.
Halfway,
That's
and
crazy.
it's the same guy.
He does look just
oh
like
my
him.
god.
But he looks like
Home Halfway would never spend this much time with his kids.
he looks like a guy who's 3 IQ points too high to be a juggalo, and
Yeah.
also 10 IQ points too low to be a Tool fan. So he falls right in the middle, which means he listens to like
Primus?
no, like Flatbush Zombies and Cottonmouth Kings. Like
Oh,
that's where
yeah.
he lands, like right in the middle there. Primus is fine too. That can fit in.
Love it. The Mark Echo shirt with the stretched out neck.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
God, I can't imagine pranking your kids. It's such a breach of trust. It's
It's
unbelievable.
like, I'm just trying to live and you have me on fucking film here. That would be a nightmare, dude.
You can't get out because that's the only... They have complete power over you.
He's like in his mid-30s with a family, and this guy would get like a tongue stud because he heard it's good for pussy eating. Like, yo,
Yeah.
wife, man.
And then it gets infected because he's eating Cheetos and not cleaning it out.
So cool.
What's that bump in the middle of your tongue? Never mind.
How many manual laborers, like roofers and shit, get the fucking tongue stud? They're like, yeah, it's for eating pussy. It's like, when do you do that? When do you even do that? So funny. They're awesome.
I don't know if that necessarily would help. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people get like their dick pierced and say, "Oh, it makes it feel better." Well, does it? I don't know.
How about you get a tongue stud and then test it on me?
Put that shit on a chick's click, dude.
Oh,
You're on the
yeah.
fucking nuts.
Yeah, I polled 100 chicks about their clits, and here's what they had to say.
I think if someone got a genital piercing and it made it feel worse, they wouldn't say anything, or they would lie, because it would be embarrassing. If you got your cock pierced and then it made it feel worse,
You get a cool ass piercing, you can't get hard anymore because you're scared of it. Dude, you gotta take this out. Or just be like a super vanilla like church guy, but have a big fucking nasty Prince Albert ladder all the way up your cock. People would be like, what the
a
fuck?
cross,
It'd be crazy.
a cross necklace going through your urethra.
I knew a guy like that in high school who was like, he was like not cool, but he always like wanted to hang out with, you know, like my friends and stuff.
Oh, the cool
Like,
kids, you mean?
He fucking like, he ended up like getting a dick piercing, like a Prince Albert, and he would like pull his dick out at parties and stuff, and everybody would just like groan.
Oh
we
my
hated it.
god.
Come on, man.
Nothing else to talk about, man? Jeez.
I would get a fishing magnet and put it over his crotch.
A guy
Yeah,
sort of in
one
that
time at
same... Go ahead.
One time at this party, we were so drunk, and he had pulled his shoes off, and he had like a sock that had a hole in the toe, and his toenail was poking out of the end of it, and like I was like busting up laughing so hard. I made him pull his sock off, and we were just laughing at his fucking like gross green toenail. It was so sharp. I was like, dude, looks like a fucking bird beak. It was,
Gross. It looks like
God.
looks like he was growing a parrot inside of his foot.
Having
coming out of
sheets
his
that are
foot.
all torn and ripped up right by the foot part.
He was halfway through an Animorph, but just becoming a parrot, and the rest of his body was the same size still. Oh man, the beak's coming through my foot. This sucks. That's so
God,
awesome.
being in line at the gas station with your long ass toenails and your slides, and then accidentally bumping your foot into the person in front of you and slicing their Achilles tendon.
like their fucking ankle open.
Dude, what was that? Someone just stabbed me. No, it was my toenail,
Oh my
bro.
god.
I'm just trying to get my scratchers.
You're all right.
There was an old weird Twitter tweet about a guy worrying about his girlfriend getting in trouble for self-harm again because his toenails scratched her legs up while they were sleeping. Like it was a joke, but like so fucked. This is a good one. This is a great one.
She had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, she blood loss. You wake up. Who did this to you? Your feet.
That's
So
why I bite
nasty.
my toenails.
File those down, dude. That was one of the funniest scenes. Even as a kid, I thought the scenes where they're grinding the toenails down on Dumb and Dumber was one of the funniest ever. Like the sparks flying
So
off.
good.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it's like taking care of horse hooves.
I understood at the time too, because I had an uncle that was like a really athletic bodybuilder and sprinter type guy, and he had a toenail that came off completely from like marathon running or whatever, like as they do.
Ugh.
Don
Weird shit
Vito,
like
that's
that.
what happened to him with the marathon.
It grew back like ingrown, but to the point where like the first time it grew back in, the top of his toe looked like it had a rock on top of it, like a pebble. And we called we called it his alien toe, and we would ask him to wrap it up in like electrical tape when we'd go in the pool because we didn't want him to touch us with it. It was so funny.
Probably was like having a spiral or something, like a rhino horn.
Yeah,
That's what I would imagine.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
fucked up.
pure ivory. That'd be cool if nails were like that. Like you sell them. It would be pretty.
Yeah, I
dope.
guess we all evolved the same way. It's just you need a little genetic fuck up to make a horn.
Going back to like the more vanilla guy though, that gets the Jacob's ladder piercing. I thought of a bit of a guy who gets a like swastika piercing, only to like he knows it's wrong, but he gets one to be like, this is who I used to be, and like he becomes like a grifter, being like, fuck Nazis, I'll punch a Nazi, and he like has it like covered up by another tattoo now, like the void stamp tattoo, so good, but so he's like telling somebody, I regret getting this, of course, this was from the old me, and it's like clearly a fresh tattoo. It's all like red. It's got plastic over it.
Oh, you said swastika piercing at first.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't
swastika
sure if that
tattoo.
was a real thing. Having like
Hopefully I made some people Google swastika piercing. I'm sure it's something weird.
swastika earrings.
I'm not Googling swastika, guys. That's not coming on my computer.
I got a swastika on my tongue.
I would never want one of my biggest haters to show up on my computer and start typing in all the slurs and bad words trying to find bad stuff. But I would never Google it. That's always the funniest thing about too. When one of the Twitter people are trying to cancel somebody, and they go to their from so and so, and they just go through like 80 slurs right off the dome. It's like, damn.
Accidentally typing that into the tweet field.
Yeah, typing all of them and thinking it's just not sending, then sending all of them, and you're like, blah, 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 blah. You offended everybody at once. You're like, sorry, everyone. I
No, I thought he did it.
I was testing filters for Twitter safety. Goodbye. So stupid.
Searching people's tweets for cracker.
These ribs look good as Hey, SM Vlog said that we should cancel him. DB, you know the guy we watched, the FaZe Vlogs guy with the streamer house that drives to the mall to get ooze?
I don't know him, and I need like a glossary list of guys.
That's true.
that
You
guys
definitely do.
want.
This is the guy. Alex, can you explain his computer to DB?
It's an Alienware R4 Aurora from 2012. It has an Ivy Bridge i7 and an NVIDIA 1050 Ti, and he has to run Warzone on it's like 10 FPS. I uploaded it to YouTube, his Warzone footage. It's unlisted. It blew my mind, like how low they let you put the graphics with Warzone, because he's running it on a computer that was basically, it's like the computer that I had when I was 18.
You just have to check out one of his streams where he's streaming Warzone or Apex. His fucking computer, it sounds like he has a box fan next to his mic. And he's sitting there like the audio. Oh, I'll just let you. I'm not even gonna spoil it. His audio is so goddamn bad.
I've tried to explain to him multiple times how to set up a limiter and stuff, and he just will not learn how to do it. And it's one of those things where people say you're too quiet because you're back here, and then you go, blah, 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 and then people say, well, you're clipping, and they say, well, fuck it.
Yeah, well, fuck it.
Well, fuck it.
I just won't do anything. You can't
Fuck
help
you.
people.
And I
at
sent
all.
him the thing, and it's like, I don't know, man.
Anyway, this kid left his stream the other day to go drive to the mall, and he stayed on the phone the whole time, including holding his phone while he's driving. And he went to the mall to get that squeezing ooze slime candy.
It's like green toothpaste that you can eat.
Drove all the way to the mall for
That
that.
rules.
He's 24. It's crazy. He's just...
He sits there.
Oh,
He sits there doing reacts to like wrestling and football and shit, just like this. And he'll reach over down to the floor and pick up a warm 3-liter from Dollar General of Stars and Stripes orange soda and swig it.
That fucking rules.
I've always wondered who buys that.
He's so cool. And
That's so cool.
He's also the guy where he sets his Tinder to like age 18 to 72 and max range 1,000 miles. and then he has like 3 45-year-old girlfriends that are like, his last one was this woman who'd come into his stream and say, "Hey daddy, come play with Odin." Odin was her son. His name was Odin.
Oh,
And
no.
he didn't
Mother
have
of
gas
Odin.
money to drive from Kansas City to like, what was it, Omaha?
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, he didn't have gas money to
Good
drive from
Lord.
Kansas City to Omaha to see Odin's mom. And she'd hang out in his Twitch chat and be like, "Your little buddy wants to see you." It's like, he's never met him. How's his little buddy? It's so weird. And you can tell it's because they like FaceTime after he gets off stream and he jacks off or whatever. So awesome.
It brought back so many memories of being like in your early 20s, I guess, and knowing people from high school and then really not hanging out with them ever again because you realize they're still basically a teenager. He's one of those guys, and like girls don't want to hang out with him anymore because he's living in his mom's basement, trying to get to his streaming thing to work for the 8th year straight, and he can't run Warzone, he can't get a win in Fortnite, he can't do anything.
He tries to big dog little kids he's playing Fortnite with too, because he plays duo fills, and they'll be like, "Your mic's ass," and he's like,
You're fucking dog water, kid.
My setup's better than yours will ever be. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Ugh.
like, just like that, like peeking into his mic and screaming and being like, man, bragging about his fucking 1080.
Oh, I'm listening to it now. It's so bad.
Yeah, the 1050, it's like
He's got a
Entire
headset
1050.
on, but the microphone's
Yeah,
not.
he's
He's
using
on the wrong
both.
mic or
He's
something.
using both, I think, at the
God.
same time.
yeah, the fact that you can run anything on a 1050, I guess it's a testament to the 1050. I think what happened was he bought that
Yeah.
computer. That's like his 3rd or 4th rig because I don't know if he sold it or I know he's punched a few monitors. He said that.
Yeah.
Like
That's what's funny,
several
though.
monitors.
He has like the mount set up with the monitors above his other monitor, like everything. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's like
He
spending
has the
tons.
chat on the vertical monitor and it's like 2 chats.
It's
and
spending.
It just
It's like
sucks.
spending a fuckload
Mm.
on like your car, like your tuner car, but then putting in like a Geo Metro 3-cylinder engine.
It is almost like a social experiment. Like you're living with your parents. You keep telling your parents you're going to be a streamer. You can't get a job because you're going to be a streamer. And every time you get money, you buy a bunch of streamer shit, but you're still getting 0 views. It's like, how long can I drag this out? How long until someone just yells
His
at
whole
me?
deal could be made into a really fucked up comedy, like Grandma's Boy style. It's so real.
Oh, absolutely. The
It's
warm soda and
crazy.
shit. It is very grandma's boy.
Oh my god, yeah, DB, read his replies. Read his replies because he's a huge Wyndham Rotunda fan. RIP.
Oh yeah, there was someone who was
He's
trolling
going
those people so
crazy.
good. There was some woman who I guess FaZe Vlogs replies to a lot who did some horrible fan art where she photoshopped Wyndham Rotunda and the other guy who Peter Funk or whatever, and then there's like the stairway going up to heaven. It might have
Yeah.
even been AI, but she was trying to sell that. And then some guy just copy and pasted it and put a MS Paint signature over it, like obviously as a joke,
Yeah.
and reposted it on his fake account. And then she got so mad, and all these people are up in arms saying, like, the cops are going to be at your fucking door, bro, for plagiarism, for theft. You're like just really going off, and it's amazing.
Looking great, hon. His comments on people's selfies.
Yeah.
He's so awesome. Oh, hand down his pants posting. He's so cool.
He made a post today. He ended his stream today. Someone in our Discord caught it, but he ended his stream because his mom was coming in yelling at him for not cleaning or something. And then he was yelling at her, and then you hear like League of Legends happening in the background. And then he tells her to go to hell and then ends his stream. This is his mom who's like 78. And then he goes on his Twitter and tweets, "Man, I'm glad I have you guys because my IRL family sucks. Especially my way older siblings. They all look down on me thinking I'm a failure because I didn't turn out like them. Fuck them. Shit hurts me low key."
Can I just say, though, you can't be 25 and referring to your siblings as my way older siblings. You sound like you are 8.
Yeah, what does
Dude,
that even mean?
When I grow up, I'm gonna prove it to you all. Like, what are you talking about? You're 25.
It is so frustrating because you can see what's happening behind the scenes where the parents are too nice to say anything. And the
Yeah.
older siblings are like, "Man, like mom and dad are really stressed out and it would be nice if you could maybe get a part-time job and pitch in a little bit. And if you could just, you've been trying to do this Fortnite thing for 6 years and you can't even run the game." And then that's how he reacts to it.
He was like his parents hit like 50 years old and wanted another kid, but they were too old, so they adopted. He was like, he's not related to his older siblings. He's the adopted kid, so you can tell he gets a lot of slack. And now it's too much. So now
He just cannot do anything.
That's why he's still eating slime oozes from the mall.
I had this friend named Matt in high school, middle school, high school, and he had a older brother named Jason, and his older brother was like he smoked weed all the time and like wore those huge legged pants, the elephant leg,
Jinkos?
like
Lee
the crazy
Trip
shit.
pants?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ones
the
with all
trip
the
pants.
chains?
Trips,
Yeah.
Those are the
But he would
crazy
wear
ones.
those. He would wear like a pair of pants inside of those, and he would like cut off the legs or something like that, and he would steal posters from the mall. He would put them down in his pants legs or whatever. But he would like yell at like Matt and his parents and stuff all the time, and like scream at him, and, like cuss at him. And it was the wildest shit I've ever experienced. Because did you have a friend like that who like, talked to their parents?
I've talked about that before. One of my friends who was like, he was like a WoW buddy, and all of my WoW friends at the time were real life friends too. So what we do is like hang out during the day, then when we break off at night, we go play WoW. Like normally, that was like a typical day for us. Just I knew them from our church actually, which is weird, but we all became friends and stayed friends after we like stopped going to church and shit. But this one of them was I'd be at his house, and it was the first year of the WoW arena grind, so like summer of 07 or whatever, and he was pushing for Gladiator, and he was up being loud at like 1:30 in the morning, and I'm lurking in his like in the same room because it was really close to the end of the season. It was hype, we were gamers.
Yeah.
And his dad comes in. His dad's like, the only way I can describe him is he looks like Skinny Dilbert, and his dad was like, you need to quiet down now. It's very late. You need to quiet down. And my buddy like took his headphones off and turned around and goes, Dad, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out. And he goes, okay, geez, and leaves. I was like, holy shit.
That's white privilege to be able to do that.
Yeah, I went and found
This
Only white people let you do that.
he would be like shut the fuck up, order me some fucking food, and his dad would be like, now I'm not gonna stand for much more of this. This is not gonna go on much longer.
God.
He would say that like all the
Every
time
day.
and stuff. It's like, dude,
Yeah, it's crazy.
kick him out. He's like 25.
I'm probably not going to stand for this. Yeah, that's nuts to me when people were like that. I was from such a huge family and also had a psycho dad. I would have been fucking actually murdered.
Yeah.
If I tried that
military
shit,
family.
if I tried that shit while not joking, like anytime where I'm like, Dad, shut the fuck up, he could tell I'm like joking. Like it was a joke.
I could never yell at I would get, I would get grounded for 6 months.
I just wouldn't want to. I always like my parents too much to be like.
Yeah, it's so
weird.
stressful to get in a fight with people you live with.
He was pissed at my dad. He was always the loud one, and it would make me cringe, so I wouldn't be the one that was like, "Rah!" back. Well, I was like, all right, dude. And
when your parents get too mad, you're just like,
yeah, like we were like 5 and 6. My dad loved just like the over the lap spanking, like a couple of them, and we were like, or I guess 6 and 7, and it happened like my older brother and I were bad at church, and we got home. My dad was like, I told you during church, you're bad. And we're like already giggling, and he spanks us, and we just start laughing. He's like, all right, no more spankings. He hated it.
Yeah.
It's not fucking funny.
He hated it when he was like, smack our butt, and we're like, he's like, no more. Then after that,
They should try that at Gitmo.
I regret it though, because spankings were easy because they didn't hurt. And then after that, we had to run laps. Shit.
You just gotta laugh while you do that.
Oh,
Giggling
man.
and running and skipping. Or just run in a really gay way. Skipping and prancing. Stop that! Stop!
I think I've told
no
this
more
story
running.
before.
No more running.
And I do blame my dad because he did it, but it didn't fuck me up too bad, I'm sure. But one of the punishments after like not getting spankings anymore, after I was bad at church once, I had to kneel on rice, which is a fucking Vietnamese torture technique.
Crazy.
I had to kneel on
John McCain.
I had to
shit,
kneel on
dude.
uncooked rice.
It's Asian style.
But again, like I was just unbreakable. I'd sit there laughing. I'm like, what is this? This doesn't even hurt. I kneel longer than this on rocks. Like I was just a troll. Oh,
I
man.
like it.
Yeah, the guys got me ready for a life of chronic pain, Not bad. That was so weird, though. I guarantee you heard that like it's a third party thing. Like, oh, kneeling on rice, good punishment. Like, no, man, that's called torture.
Yeah, it's just stupid, and then you have to sweep
I was the only
up the
kid that
rice.
had to go through that. luckily. But that's the real thing. Yeah, my mom was pissed. Like, that's a waste of rice. I'm like, yeah, mom, a little louder for me.
Yeah, it sucks growing up with weeb parents.
Seriously, we were in Guam
Trying to
at the
do
time,
Japanese Japanese Unit 731.
Bro, wait, we were in Guam at the time too. Wait a second, was I tortured in the Pacific? Am I entitled to a pension or something? What the fuck?
Yeah, I think you're like 10% of the way to a POW.
I think I'm Chamorro now. That's awesome. Half
You're
a
El
day, bro.
Chamorro Loco.
Half a day. That's the Guam greeting.
Half a day.
Half a day. HAFAADAI. Half a day.
I'd like to go to
Half a
Guam.
day. Guam's really pretty, and they have
Probably a long flight.
There's the latte stones there. That's all over the Marianas Islands. It's like the very, it's like the unique stone statue thing. It's like a latte, LATTE, and that's the Marianas Islands salute. You put your fist like this, and you put your other one over it to look like the stone. And it's like the Guam salute. Show you're a bro.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I fucking love it. The Chamorro salute.
Yo, this shit is far away.
Yep. My grandma
Yeah,
actually
I don't know
visited
why
us.
we have it.
My grandma visited us when we were in Guam, actually. She came out after Christmas one year. It was awesome. Guam was
Do you
cool,
do
though.
a stopover in Hawaii?
Yeah, we did. Guam's essentially a Hawaiian island as far as like tourism and shit. But the cool thing is the South Island, which is Guam, they have a ton of... So there's Chamorro in Guam and there's Chamorro in Saipan in the north. That's like the more northern one. But in Guam, they have more, like in Chamorro, in Guam, they have more borrowed words from Spanish, and only like 60 miles away in Saipan, it's more Japanese borrowed words. Isn't that crazy? It's like that
Yeah,
close.
the Pacific Islands have a
same
lot of
dialect.
interesting history.
And all of the signage in Guam and like Saipan is English, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean usually, because they all use it for
Wow.
vacation destination. Pretty sweet.
Some of those islands are going to be gone.
Yeah.
They have to evacuate people because they're just not going to be real.
Guam will be fine. Guam's elevated on cliffs.
That's a big one.
If there was no water on Earth, Guam would be one of the tallest mountains in the world, Mount Lon Lam, because it's right next to the Marianas Trench.
People always get mad when the volcano erupts, but then they also get mad when the island's not big enough to withstand the ocean. Maybe if it erupted more often, there would be more rock.
Getting mad at the volcano erupting couldn't be me.
I hope the volcano erupts. Block out some of this sun.
People say that they talk about the big one, this big one, that, and they're referring to like San Francisco. But what they fail to realize, there's several big ones coming. It's not just one. It's not just that's the one they care about. But what happens if like Jakarta gets fucking blown up? Well, they'll be fine.
That's
they're
why
moving.
they're moving the capital,
Yeah, they're moving.
Because it's sinking into the ocean. It's too heavy.
DB, have you ever seen Indonesia's president, Joko Widodo?
No.
He's Obama.
Yeah, he literally looks like Obama.
He looks exactly like Obama. And
Joko
Obama used to live in
Widodo.
Indonesia, and he's around the same age. So there has to be
He
some
has to
sort
be
of
Obama's dad.
Obama spawner.
You see it?
You see it.
Looks just like him.
That's Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
That's Obama. There's an Obama spawner in Jakarta,
Yeah.
and it spawns Obamas.
Every time someone in Hassan's chat's like, there's an Indonesian Obama, I'm like, oh, you mean Obama? Because that's where he's from.
Yeah, that's where he ate the dog.
Yep. Oh,
His mom was probably CIA, which is why he was all those places, but that's okay.
I smoke Bali High cigarettes because I'm from Bali. Bali High cigarettes were very dirty, by the way. You guys ever have friends that smoke those? Like they're the
No,
cigarette-
never heard of those.
They're like clove cigarettes, but like the cigarette colored wraps, Bali High. They might be actually something different, but
That is where cloves are from.
It's like what Albanians would smoke at the hookah bars. Good stuff.
Cloves are a great spice. I'd rather have them in food, though.
I smoked Jarum Blacks for a year before I smoked cigarettes, and I think it probably hurt me worse than cigarettes ever did. Have
I
you guys
smoke poop out of a hookah.
Alex has never smoked one, I know, but DB ever smoke a Jarum Black?
I've never smoked anything other than weed.
Really?
Except for the time I had gay sex with Obama. We smoked a little crack beforehand and afterwards.
Dude, I love the story
nice.
about how Obama got that guy coke, but then he's like, "Oh no, you keep it. I got crack in my pocket. I'm a black guy. This is what I do. This is
It
for me."
makes so little sense. He spent like $250 on an 8-ball, which isn't
but
it a
he's
little
like-
steep?
Oh no, I'm black. I got crack cocaine in my pocket, as we all do. I'm gonna smoke this first.
In like the
Fucking
70s? That's a lot of
crazy.
money.
No, that was.
It is true though.
That was supposed to be 1999, brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was still pretty young then.
The funniest thing was that that one guy said it happened in the first time in Duluth, or that's where the guy was from or whatever. And some guy gifted a son yesterday, 5 gifted. His name was the Dyson of Duluth.
Why would he be in Duluth?
I don't know.
That makes no sense. Like, he was in Chicago, he was in Kansas, he was in...
Honestly, I would have
he went
believed
to
the entire
Harvard.
story until he's like, and then after he gave me the cocaine, he pulled this crack cocaine and crack pipe out of his pocket. I'm like, okay, brother, hold on.
Why would you carry around a crack pipe if you have coke that you could snort? Why would you... It's a glass pipe. It's like in his pocket. You could break it.
That's
it
what
doesn't make
annoys me.
sense.
He doesn't understand the functions of the drugs that he's even lying about, which is crazy for a gay man. That's not even a diss, guys. For all the gays listening, you know it's a compliment.
Well, that guy doesn't get fucked. That's why he has to make it up.
I trust gays with drug questions more than pretty much anybody.
He was saying he was fucking Obama. Obama didn't fuck him, or
Okay, they fucked, and then Obama came back the next day to the Comfort Inn in Gurney for some more.
Apparently what happened was that guy fucked Andrew Gillum, and he thinks all black guys look alike.
I said the other day on Twitter, I hope what comes from this is that Obama actually comes out and he's like, you know what, actually I am gay, but I never fucked this guy. He's very ugly. He's fugly. Like, just
Obama
totally
should say he's
rude
bi.
as shit. Yeah. I'm bi, and I haven't been gay since 99. When I met
I became
Michelle.
straight.
Calls her Michelle.
I hate my wife, Michael.
Michael Michelle Obama. Well,
All right,
everyone,
thank you
thanks
for listening, everybody.
Aaron had to dip out because he had a cat emergency, and by the time this comes out, hopefully